It's time now for Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA. Sit back and enjoy an hour of great American music with your host, longtime touring musician, recording artist, songwriter, and guitar instructor, Roger Hurricane Wilson.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show and podcast. And on this edition here, we have a good friend and a longtime acquaintance and a music buddy back down in Montgomery, Alabama. Louis Mashburn, owner and operator of the Capitol Oyster Bar and Marina, but also a blues aficionado, member of the Blues Foundation, and really instrumental in keeping music alive and giving some guys a place to work on a Sunday on the road. So, Louis, it's great to have you along, buddy.
Roger, always great to hear your voice. Looking forward to you coming down here and performing for us. That's always a good Sunday afternoon right to start with.
Well, it's always a fun time to be there, no doubt, man, and we are, looking forward to it. The thing is,
yes,
I guess what, you've got a good long story. I guess we start from the beginning. In other words, you're running the marina, and you're shucking oysters all the time, and you're running the sawmill, and you're just taking care of business down there, man. So how did all that start out?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a carpenter. I was a carpenter for 20 years up and down the Gulf Coast, everywhere from Gulf Shores to St. George Island. I was kind of a vagabond. I always had a job, but didn't really have a home. So I came to Montgomery here and met a girl and worked in a restaurant. She ended up working at the Capitol Oyster Bar in the late 80s, and we bought it in 96. And it's been a real blessing for me, my family. All three of my children have worked their way through life, and they're both my boys to work with me now. My daughter's a veterinarian here in town, and both my boys they run the restaurant now, and I just walk around and talk to people. Well, they make me work some too. So anyway, being a carpenter and going to the restaurant business was a real. It was a real step out because I pretty much used to sitting on the other side of the bar, not behind it.
Well, yeah, I can relate to that. But of course, having that trade going in, I mean, you're saving a lot of other outside, third-party work and everything too, right?
Yes, sir. I just jumped back in my truck. To be honest with you, I've been out here with my chainsaw. I got like 14 acres now. This old riverbank, I can't find any volunteers to cut down all these, like popcorn, sweet gum, mimosas. So at least I can get it sprinkled on. That's a good reason to quit. When we bought the restaurant, that was in 96, and I knew then if I was going to have a restaurant, it was going to be music involved, and there has been from the beginning. From the very beginning, we started, bringing in people like from New Orleans. I had like 6 weeks of New Orleans blues, one summer, and then it just kind of expanded, bringing in people from Atlanta over there, from Blind Willie's. We would bring a lot of their acts in on Sundays, and it's just kind of grown, and so we're now. My phone rings all the time if I was on the play here, but we're kind of on the blues trail now, and we fit in good. We're a small venue. We don't pay a lot of money, but we do work on Sunday afternoons. So a lot of the traveling musicians. It's a blessing for them because we give them good food, good place to stay, and in exchange, we get to hear some of the best music in the world, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too. I mean, the road has really gotten tougher. A lot of times, guys like me and the guys that are out there that are in the business, they're always looking to work, and a lot of times the venues have gone away. So, Friday and Saturday are not usually too hard to fill. But, the Sundays and the weeknights are tough, and especially for the guys on the road. So you have definitely, filled a void on that.
Well, being right next to I-65, it's a direct shout out of Chicago. So, man, I just can't list all the folks that have come down from Chicago even. And over to New Orleans, you got all that pipeline. So, yeah, man. Been doing it 30 years, man. And here's the thing. The people I've met, the people I love. It's a small family in a big world, really.
In other words, your music background, how does that As far as your interest in that, how did that start?
Well, I guess I'm singing in church. I still sing in my church choir. And then, church choir to hanging out in the bars late at night. The name of my corporation is called One More Song, because I was wearing my head, but most of the time it wasn't quitting time. You got time for one more song, man. But I've always, I can remember going to New Orleans and vividly, Brian Lee over there with Miss Maggie and the Jump Street Five. And I was like, oh man, I done found something over here. Just, I like to say people. That the music draws me to the people, but then the people draw me back to their music. I love it when people come in and sing their original songs. They're singing their hearts out, they're singing their story. That's where I struggle drawing a crowd, and my crowds have gotten smaller really since COVID. They just dwindle, and there's nobody to replace them, man. Folks want to hear, they play 3 or 4 songs and say, well, he don't play no music, I know. Yeah, that's called a songwriter.
You're really right about that. I mean, people, they want to hear what they already know most of the time. Every now and it takes a while to cultivate an audience like what you've done, because you have a music crowd that comes in there, and it's kind of hit and miss sometimes, but, it's something that you can't just do overnight. I mean, a lot of times a tribute band or a cover band can come in and sell out what they have and all that, but it's a whole different thing when, when the musicians are touring and writing and recording, and you got to try to just cultivate that fan base, and it's hard work, man, to do it.
Well, I had to pause and thank my wife, because she's not necessarily a blues lover or a music lover. She likes the party in the crowd, but she could have told me a long time ago, you got to quit doing this. We can't keep throwing money away. So, she hung in there too and said, have a good time. So we've been, like I say, man, people from, I like to say, I hate to start listening to people. Bobby Blue played when he played at my house. At my restaurant. It is my house too.
Sure.
But when he played after the show, the guys in the horn section, they come up there. I'm cleaning up the Oyster bar, and they're drinking a beer and leaning on the bar and talking, and said, Bobby had a good time tonight. He said, we go on stage, our shows are cut and dry. We go on stage, we get in the bus, and we move. He said tonight he was singing to the crowd. He was just enjoying himself, and I was like, man, you don't know how that makes me feel.
I pity the fool. I said I pity the fool. Well, I pity the fool, yeah. I said I pity the fool that falls in love with you and expect you to be true. Oh, I pity the fool. Look at the people. I know you're wondering what they're doing. They're just standing there watching you make a fool of me. Look at the people. I know you're wondering what they're doing. They're just standing there watching you make a fool of me. Oh, I pity the fool. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, I pity the fool. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. She'll break your heart one day, and then she'll laugh and walk away. Oh, I pity the fool. Look at the people. I know you're wondering what they're doing. They're just standing there watching you make a fool of me. Look at the people. I know you're wondering what they're doing. Yes, they're just standing there watching you make a fool of me. Oh, I pity the fool.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's that's the important part. There's a lot of gigs that they're gigs, and you go in and do the job and hit the road and go to the next place. The hotel to the road to the gig to the hotel to the road to the gig, and there's a lot of that. But you're exactly right. And when the crowd hangs on the notes that you're playing and really cares about what you're doing, it really means a lot to the musicians. It does.
This is when I started doing national acts. I had a 1 mil Slim in the workers. He was still in Oklahoma City.
Well, I'm too poor to pay attention. I'm too hungry to eat, too sick to see my doctor, and I'm too tired to sleep. Hard times have come and gone. Everyone will see me on my good side, baby. You had better look fast. I couldn't catch a cold, I couldn't pitch a fit. I'm waist deep in alligators, sometimes I'm neck deep in bullshit. Hard times are coming down. Everyone will see me on my good side, baby. You had better look fast. I'm too frustrated to see my psychiatrist. I'm too toothless to chew, too far down to ever get even. I'm too hard up to screw. Hard times have come and gone. If you want to see me on my good side, baby, you had better look back. Can't hear myself sing. I can't always taste my whiskey, and I just can't feel too much of anything. Hard times have come and gone. If you want to see me on my good side, baby, you had better look back. I said hard time, Lord, hard time. Well, hard time have come and gone. If you want to see me on my good side, baby, you had better look back.
Oh, I gotta think of that drummer's name. Just a nice guy. He came up to me after the show and we were talking. He's early 2000s, I'm guessing. Oh man, it'll come to me later. Anyway, he came up and told me, he said, Lewis, he said, you got a good thing. He said, because applause to a musician is like heroin to a junkie. He said you get some and you want some more, and then you get to where you'll just do anything for the applause. And I was like, well, I never looked at it that way, and but it is a good feeling to be recognized, isn't it?
Well, it is. You got to kind of draw the line somewhere. I mean, it can't be all about the applause. It's a lot of times it can go to somebody's head. For myself, I write songs and put them out there and do what I do. And if somebody likes it, boy, I'm very appreciative of it.
Right.
I have to understand that, a lot of times our happy place is on the stage, but that can't be everything. There's got to be life in addition to that. And so, like, I try to take it, in stride that when somebody likes what I do, then I'm very, very, I don't take it for granted at all. And I think there's a lot of guys out there like that. And then there's a lot of guys that their purpose is to be on stage, to be there. But I've just I started out playing guitar just because it was fun. And all of a sudden I'm doing it for life, right?
All of a sudden, they're going to pay me to do this.
Sometimes, yeah. No, that's cool. Well, moving ahead, man. You and I got to know each other when I first played for you, but then, we meet each other a lot of times in Memphis. We've judged together at the International Blues Challenge. We've hung out there, and so you've got a background and a reputation, and the foundation leans on you to come in and judge the finals and all that stuff. So tell me how a lot of that relationship evolved that way. And I know it's got to do with the guys coming through on the road and playing your place for many, many years and the word getting out. So I understand that, but like I said, you're a big part of the big picture too.
Well, I guess longevity for one thing, because we've been doing it a long time, and you get to meet a lot of people, and you get to share them all, and then, I want to be part of their board. So, in 2019, I think it was, we won, Capital Oyster Bar won a KBA. I say we, that'd be my crowd, my employees, my wife, my children. We won a KBA, Keeping the Blues Alive Award from the International Blues Foundation. Pat Morgan was the one that nominated us. I'm sure you know Pat, Patricia Morgan.
Sure do.
Yeah, man, that's a hard-working lady in the blues right there.
Well, she was put a big feather in my cap because she was early on. She was managing Willie Big Eye Smith and Pine Top, and Willie and I became friends. And she allowed Willie to go out on the road with me, and he and I went out as a duo for about 4 times. 4 different tours, and recorded a live CD together with him playing harp and singing and me playing guitar and singing. And we put that CD out. It's called Live Blues Protected by Smith and Wilson. I would have loved to have brought it down there to you. It would have been great, but unfortunately we lost Willie. When we recorded that, Pine Top and Willie were going after a Grammy for the CD Joined at the Hip, which they won in 2011. And then after that, Pine Top, we lost him, and then we lost Willie, so it was unfortunate. But they left behind some great stuff, and I was proud to be a part of it. And Pat was a big part of helping me out along the way in my career.
Smith, ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for him?
I was born in Arkansas, way back on a country farm. Mother blues had a baby, that's where I come from. I was born in the country, way back next to the woods. I was born in the country, way back next to the woods. Arkansas, way back on a country farm. I was born in Arkansas, way out on a country farm, where the blues had a baby. That's where I come from.
Bring big smiles to my face just listening to that. That's special, man. That's real special. You know, I had Willie Big Eye Smith on my schedule. He was scheduled to perform for us, and like I say, he passed away probably within 2 or 3 months of coming to play for us.
Yeah, no, he was. I mean, he was all about it. You know, I mean, he and I became wonderful friends, and you know, I still think about him just about every day, and. But I was just really fortunate to be able to have, you know, the time to do that. But there's a lot of the guys like that, you know, a lot of times the industry, even B.B. King said this one time. He said, you know, he had a hard time being accepted by the industry and the critics and all the, you know, the ones that weren't musicians, but the musicians always accepted him. And that's kind of the way it's been for me. Like guys like, you know, Bobby Rush and Willie and Pine Top and Little Milton and all these guys, you know, always accepted me as being who I am for what I'm doing. And, you know, I'm not a pedigree out of Mississippi or anything like that, but I'm just a white kid that loved to play guitar, and I got taken in by it.
Yeah, you've been around a long time, Roger. I remember this years ago, did you ever know Topper Price and the Upsetters?
Yeah, man.
Tell you about the way I'm worried about you, baby. you, sugar. Ooh, I ain't through yet, no. Worried about you, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
One time, he came in, he don't get right up in your face when he talks to you. You gotta be in reverse when he's talking to you. He came up, got up in my face, said, man, you gotta get a little Milton in here. You gotta get a little Milton in here, man. I said, I don't know him. I said, I'm gonna introduce you. And then another situation where we never got it together.
Yeah, I had a pleasure of opening for Little Milton in Tampa. Oh, God, it must be 15 or 20 years ago. And just this month, I went up to Maine and played for Paul Benjamin at the North Atlantic Blues Festival. I was playing the sets in between the acts. And back in the Tampa thing, years ago, I was on the show with Ronnie Baker Brooks, and Little Milton got Ronnie Baker Brooks and I up on the stage to sing The Blues Is All Right at the end of his set. But he got us up there without guitars. Now, Ronnie might have been okay with it, but I didn't have a guitar in my hand. I didn't know what to really do, except sing along, because I'm used to holding a guitar. But it was a lot of fun. So recently, 2 weeks ago, Ronnie got on the elevator with me, and we happened to run into each other because we were on the show. And I said, man, you remember that time? And he spit it right out. He says, yeah, man, that was Tampa, man. That was great. So a lot of these memories, these opportunities will come along with us, and we carry them forever.
We may not have a cent to pay the rent, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. We may have to eat beans every day, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. And if a job is hard to find, and we have to stand in the welfare line, I've got your love and you know you got mine. So we're gonna make it. I know we will. We may not have a home to call our own, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. We may have to fight hardships alone, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. Cause togetherness brings peace of mind. We can't stay down all the time. I've got your love and you know you got mine. So we're gonna make it. I know we will. Our car may be old, our 2 rooms cold, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. We may not can spare a road to crumb, but we're gonna make it. I know we will. And if I have to carry around a sign saying, get the deaf, the dumb, and the blind, I've got your love and you know you got mine. So we're gonna make it. I know we will. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, baby. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. It might seem hard sometimes. We're gonna make it. But don't worry about it, baby. We're gonna make it. We're gonna keep on trying. We're gonna make it. Things can't be bad for us always.
And they're instantly retrievable.
Amen to that. You should have pulled out your Temptations moves.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking like, well, what do singers do? If you're Frank Sinatra or Elvis, you don't worry about it. But I'm a guitar player first, and and I do sing, and it worked out okay.
Yeah, man. And music does that to you too. It'll take you hear a song, and it'll take you back to a place or to an old friend or an old girlfriend that broke your heart. That keep Bluesville on 24/7 at the restaurant. Even when we're not there, BB King's Bluesville's cranking out. We got speakers outside, so it's spreading it around Mother Nature down there on the river.
Yeah, when I was staying over there, I heard it. So it was you're right. It stays on all the time. That's cool. We got Louis Mashburn here on the podcast today. I'm Roger Hurricane Wilson with the American Music Show and the Roger Hurricane Wilson podcast. And Louis Mashburn's down in Montgomery, Alabama, owner and operator of the Capitol Oyster Bar and Marina, but a mainstay as far as keeping guys on the road coming through in the Capitol Oyster Bar for about the last 30 years, doing Sunday afternoon sets. And it's just a great thing. I'm always glad to be a part of it when it happens. And so that's kind of where we're at today. Louis, talk about when you go, the KBA award was what brought you around to be with the Blues Foundation. So now you're you and I are kind of regulars there as far as judging and doing all that. So that's kind of a big thing for us. A good networking opportunity, I suppose.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, man. I wish I could stay up later. I had to be careful because that first night, I'm like, all of a sudden it's midnight, and I'm like, oh no, because I have this problem. I wake up early. I'm a country boy. I wake up early every morning. I'm talking about no matter where I am or what I'm doing. So that's the only problem I have in Memphis is going to bed early because I just can't force myself to get up and leave. Man, you eat some good food. And I love the showcases. Besides the folks there for the challenge from all over the world, really, it's also that networking going on with the agents that are bringing in their talent. Man, one year, Shakura Saedo, Terry O'Darby, and they were taking turns singing Aretha. They were doing an Aretha tribute, and they were taking turns singing the lead, and the other two doing the doo-wops behind them. And that night I'm glad I didn't go to bed early. As a matter of fact, Bobby Rush came in and sat down beside me. So it was I was surrounded by just incredible talent and having just a good time, and I was right in the middle of it. So yeah, Memphis is a special. That week is special. The people you meet, I've met people that I've hired, and told them, look, here's my card. Let me know when you come to Alabama. So I was talking to a young lady, and after 5 minutes, she got up and said bye. 3 or 4 days later, I get a call at the restaurant, and somebody brings me the phone, says telephone. It was that same young lady. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize who you were. I said, what do you mean? She said, I didn't realize who you were. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, everybody's played at your place. Yeah, you meet a lot of folks, man. Everybody's there to have a good time. There's nobody there. If they're there complaining, they need to get back on the boat they came on. No.
Well, usually when I'm judging, like a lot of times I try to judge most of the 3 nights, and which I love doing because I get to hear a lot of different places, and I'm in one place, and it's a good environment.
Hey, let me throw in, you get to eat some good food while you're judging too.
Well, that too. There's a lot of all-night stuff going on after that, and I'm usually pretty well tapped out by the time I finish, 6 or 7 hours of judging, which is what I love, and I'm full. So I don't really. I'm like you. I'm not going to hang out till 4 a.m. or anything like that. I'm pretty much going to get up, go to the house and then come back and do it again the next day.
Yeah, no, I won't ever see 4 a.m. I'm talking. That's waking up time.
I get it. No, man, I really appreciate it. I'm planning on hopefully being there this year, and looking forward to seeing you down there at your place in a couple of weeks. Definitely.
Yeah, at my place, and I've got hotel reservations in Memphis. I'll make them as soon as I post the date. I'll go ahead and get my spot.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I'm already set for that for sure. All right, so we've been listening to Louis Mashburn in Montgomery, Alabama, owner and operator of the Capitol Oyster Bar, which is a great Sunday afternoon gig for a lot of the guys on the road coming through, and also a member of the Blues Foundation, part of the volunteer people for the International Blues Challenge yearly, and Lewis and I go way back on quite a few years, and so I'm just, Lewis, it's really been great having you on the show here today, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you including us in your endeavor there, and getting the word out. I'll tell you, I make a living selling good food. I do the music because I love it. So if you're ever coming through Montgomery, I'm right off I-65. I got good food. I got an RV park, got a marina. I rent out pontoon boats. You can come stay a few days with us.
And what's the website over there?
CapitalMoistureBar.com.
Very cool. All right, Lewis, thanks for being on the show with us here.
And I'll see you soon. We'll have everything ready for you.
Really want to thank you for tuning in to Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show. It's always great to hear from you. You can email me at roger@hurricanewilson.com. That's ROGER@hurricanewilson.com. The website is hurricanewilson.com. There's also a place there where you can listen to previous versions of the American Music Show at hurricanewilson.com. Love having you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roger Wilson Guitar. And the other pages are our Facebook page, which is Roger Hurricane Wilson, Instagram under Roger Hurricane Wilson Guitar, Twitter at Roger Hurricane W, and of course on SoundCloud at Roger Hurricane Wilson. And there's a couple of other pages on Facebook. One's a like page and a group page. So it's always great to hear from you here as we share the music on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show. Thanks for being along.
Talk to me, baby. On the telephone, she said, stop what you're doing and come on back home. Can't hold down too long. Get a real good feel talking to you on the phone. Baby, don't you worry, you're my heart's desire. You know that I love you. Fantasy cry, can't hold down too long. The real good feeling, talking to you on the phone. Baby, you can walk, you can run and fly. You know that I love you. Stand and see you cry. Can't hold down too long. Get a real good feeling talking to you on the phone. I said, well, talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, babe. Talk to me, babe. Get a real good feel talking to you on the phone. said, well, talk to me, baby. I said, well, talk to me, baby. I said, well, talk to me, baby. I said, well, talk to me, baby. Get a real good feel talking to you on the phone. Get a real good feel talking to you on the phone. All right, thank you so much. A little Elmore James there to start off the afternoon. We kick off the Juke Joint Festival right here at Hobson Plantation.
That's an old Elmore James song. It's called Can't Hold Out. It's yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson, from the CD released and recorded, rather, in April of 2026 at the Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And it's a live release. But before that, we heard a great interview with Louis Mashburn from the Capitol Oyster Bar in Montgomery, Alabama, telling his story. Been in the business of hosting touring acts for about 30 years or so, and it's just a great venue. It's usually a Sunday afternoon show, and so I'm always glad to be a part of it, but also glad to have Louis on the show here, and we go back a long way as being good friends and working together, like at the International Blues Challenge in Memphis. So there's a lot of great history there, and I was glad to get it on the show. So we heard from Louis. We got about maybe 15 or 20 minutes left, so I thought I'd feature the CD here recorded in Clarksdale by yours truly. It's a solo acoustic CD, including some Delta blues, some Americana, some original compositions, and you just heard Elmore James's Can't Hold Out. So we'll feature a few more tunes here up until the end of the show. This is from the CD entitled Live at Hobson Hospitality 2026. Yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson, on the American Music Show and Podcast.
You got a Porsche with Jack and Ulysses. You got a mansion as big as Texas. You've done well with your many visions. Now you're in the corner office making big decisions. You got a lot of money, you got a lot of stuff. The big question here is how much is enough? You don't really look like you got it that tough. The big question here is how much is enough? You go to work early and you stay all day, and you can buy anybody that gets in your way. You can fly across the country on your private jet, just to have a martini and a cigarette. You got a lot of money, you got a lot of stuff. The big question here is how much is enough? You don't really look like you got it that tough. The big question here is how much is enough? Just like a number one starting pitcher, and each day passes you keep getting richer. You made it through the school of hard knocks, but you're still being happy with the golden Fort Knox. Well, you got a lot of money, you got a lot of stuff. The big question here is how much is enough? You don't really look like you got it that tough. The big question here is how much is enough? You don't really look like you got it that tough. The big question here is how much is enough?
Thank you.
Well, I was thumbing from Montgomery. I had my guitar in my bag when a stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed. He said, "It's a long walk to Nashville. Would you like a ride, son?" Well, I sat down in the front seat. He turned on the radio. Them sad old songs coming out of them speakers with solid country gold. Then I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when he asked me for a light. And I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, "Can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you did start bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. If you did start bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." Then he cried to south of Nashville. He turned that car around. He said, "This is where you get off, boy, because I'm going back to Alabama." And as I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, "Mister, many thanks." He said, "You don't have to call me Mister, mister. The whole world called me Hank." He said, "Can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you've been starbound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." He said, "Jimmy, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? If you've been starbound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. If you've been starbound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." Thank you.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your daddy rolling in your arms. Gonna miss your daddy rolling in your arms. Well, loving you, baby, it's easier than rolling a field off. Said loving you, baby, it's easier than rolling a field off. Wanna be your man, but don't wanna be your dog. Wanna be your man, don't wanna be your dog. know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your daddy, rolling in your arms. Gonna miss your daddy, rolling in your arms. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. My name is Roger Hurricane Wilson from Atlanta. The website is hurricanewilson.com.
That was the old classic, I Know You Rider. It's yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson, on the CD released in April of 2026, live at Hobson Hospitality 2026 in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And so that's the CD that was released then. Before that, you heard the interview with Louis Mashburn out of Montgomery, Alabama, owner and operator of the Capitol Oyster Bar. Been doing music for over 30 years on a Sunday afternoon for a lot of the road guys coming in. And so it's just a great time to have him on the show, and hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, until next time, keep it in the road.
You have been listening to Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA with your host, longtime touring musician, recording artist, songwriter, and guitar instructor, Roger Hurricane Wilson. This is David Baker, reminding you to tune in each week at this same time for Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA, where the jazz is and the blues are.